Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kenny Reichman. I'm here with Alyssa Toth from Manorville, Long Island. Alyssa, how are you?
Good, how are you, Kenny?
Thanks for joining me. Hurricane Sandy struck about 2 to 3 weeks ago. You and your family were very much affected since you guys live on Long Island. What can you explain what happened?
My grandmother lives in Massac Beach, and she lives right across from the bay. And she brought all her belongings over to my house, her pictures mostly, that's it, because she didn't want to lose them, and she didn't think it was going to be that bad of flooding. So she came and stayed at our house. My mom, after the storm, had gone to her house to adjust, to, go see how the hurricane had hit. And at first, it didn't look as bad, but it was probably 2 to 3 feet of water, and the waves were what did most of the damage.
Was your grandma in a evacuation zone? Was she told to get out? Did she get out, or did she stay there throughout the storm?
She was in an evacuation zone, but they didn't know because it's never been that bad. So they never were like, you have to leave. They just said it'd be safe if you went. So she just came to my house because it's just easier.
Can you describe the way you felt? Since I'm sure she's lived there for a while now. Can you describe the way you felt the first time you went back after Superstorm?
It's actually a house that I grew up in. My mother lived there with me for about 8 years, and then we moved to our home in Manorville. Going back it was very upsetting. It hit home because it's a house that I went to every weekend and slept over at my grandma's. Watching them gut the walls and having to move all her belongings into boxes, little tchotchkes that she's had for 45 years. It was my grandmother's summer home, so it's had so much history, and seeing all of the beach grass on the lawn with a huge 30-foot dumpster in the driveway. It's just something that you never think could happen to you.
Right. You said your grandma was in the evacuation zone, so there was some presence of higher authority there early on, trying to protect her belongings, trying to protect her. After the storm, what was it like? Was there help for her? Was there help for the house? Was there help for the community?
Well, my grandmother lives in the town of Massac Beach.
Okay.
It's an incorporated town, which just was just developed within the year. Now, I don't know if you know much about an incorporated town. They basically have jurisdiction of everyone who lives in that area.
Right.
The only people that can interfere is the federal government.
Did
So
they?
the
Did the
federal
National Guard come?
No, they did not.
Okay.
So what happened is we have a contractor who has a license and is insured through Suffolk County. He did not have a license in Massac Beach. FEMA told us that we needed to gut the house and bleach it because that's essential, because if not, your house will be ruined. My mother went to the town to make sure that we could bleach. He said, no, you cannot bleach. You need a permit for that. And she's like, I need a permit to bleach. She didn't understand why.
Okay.
He then told her she could bleach, and then he decided to show up at my grandmother's house and take it back, and then fine my contractor.
So somewhere in all of this, in the bureaucratic mess that your family found themselves in, what was the end result? Did you guys get to bleach? Did you guys get to do what you
The end
had to
result
do?
was my mother going viral on Facebook. We had a board of trustees of the town of Massac Beach contacting her on Thanksgiving morning. The mayor of Massac Beach actually called my home and let my mother know that the fines and permits and everything would be waived, because Massac Beach was the only town not waiving fees. And my mom was very upset. It's very hard because my grandma has Parkinson's. She has post-traumatic stress disorder now after this hurricane, and she can't fight for herself, so my mom has to fight for her.
Well, I myself grew up on Long Island, and in my hometown, Petroke Medford, was very little effect. But where we keep our boat, where everybody keeps their boat down by Smiths Point Beach, all gone. And I know for me, it was hard going back the first time just to see it. Here at Iona, though, we've had very, very good community building after the storm. Has that helped you? Because I will say that it has helped me.
I'd say it's helped me. I think it also has made people open up their eyes and realize, because people don't see.
Right, even for people who didn't live in an affected area,
Right.
who come from a place like
Right.
California, saw.
People are very giving, I think, too, because they want to find a way to help. I know I had gone back to Rockaway with Iona a couple weekends ago, and that was. I told my grandmother that she was very lucky, actually, for what had happened. she did have an unfortunate case, but there's people who don't even have their homes over
Right.
there. So
So how is everything now? Is it all kind of getting back together? Is
well,
it
FEMA has not gave us any money. Insurance has not given us any money. My mom's still fighting. It's very frustrating because my grandmother has a home that's completely just wooden beams, a roof, and not even subfloors.
bleached? Hopefully.
Bleached. She did have a red ticket on her house, and my mother had said to the mayor, Barack Obama said there will be no red tickets, and he said, "You're right, so we will take the red ticket down."
Wow.
So it's just been rough for my mom seeing her having to deal with something like this.
Okay. Well, we wish the best to you and your family and your grandmother and her house. And thank you very much again for joining me.
Thanks, Kenny.
I don't know why I said bye. That was weird.